The Stoic Mind. Lessons from Marcus Aurelius. You live in a world that changes by the hour. The noise is endless. The expectations? Crushing. The distractions? Everywhere. But 2,000 years ago, a man ruled the greatest empire on earth and reminded us of a truth that still burns like fire. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't a philosopher in a quiet room. He was the emperor of Rome, a soldier, a father, a leader, but his greatest title, a student of himself. Because no matter how much power he held, he knew that the real battlefield was within. That's where your strength begins too. Not in what you own, not in what they think, not in what happens outside of you, but in what you choose to do with your own mind. When the world pulls you left and right, will you remain still? When they lie about you, leave you, mock you, will you remain whole? When the pressure builds, when the plans fail, when everything around you is on fire, will you be the calm? That's what Stoicism teaches. Not indifference, but discipline. Not emotionless, but in command. This is what Marcus Aurelius trained daily: to think clearly, to act justly, to speak honestly, to accept what he could not control, and to rise each day ready to serve the world, not escape from it. You're not powerless. You're distracted. You're not too weak. You've been looking outside yourself for peace, when peace has been inside you this whole time. So start now. Return to the center. Stand where nothing shakes you, and say it like he did. I am the ruler of my mind. I cannot control what happens, but I can control what it means. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, political betrayal, the weight of an empire on his shoulders. And still, he wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. He knew the truth most people still run from. The storm is always outside, but peace? That's an inside job. You can't stop the storm. You can't silence the noise. You can't erase the chaos of life, but you can choose how you respond. That is the Stoic way. That is the discipline that separates the reactive from the resilient. How many times have you handed your peace to things beyond your control? A bad day, a rude comment, a delay, a loss, a disappointment, a person who didn't treat you right, a plan that didn't work out. Every time you react without reason, you become a servant of circumstance. But you were not born to be ruled by reaction. You were born to rule your mind. You are not a puppet. You are not a machine. You are not emotionless, but you are in command. Because as Marcus wrote, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. This isn't denial. This is discipline. The discipline to pause, to breathe, to observe the situation and say, this is happening, but I still get to choose who I will be inside of it. That's the power most people never develop. And it's the power that turns men into monuments. So train yourself every day. When you feel anger rise, observe it. When fear creeps in, breathe slower. When the world spins, you stand still. When others complain, you remain quiet and focused. Because you are not here to be ruled by emotion. You are here to rise above it. The Stoics didn't avoid storms. They walked into them, but they carried peace with them wherever they went. That's the challenge. That's the calling. And that's what you say from now on. Let the world shake. I stay still. Let the fire burn. I remain clear. I will not give my power to chaos, because I am the master of my response. You are going to die. One day, no matter your plans, your power, your possessions, the breath will leave your lungs, and the world will go on without you. And Marcus Aurelius? He didn't run from this. He embraced it. He reminded himself and you with just 2 Latin words: memento mori. Remember that you must die, not to be afraid, but to be awake. We waste too much life thinking we have more time. We waste too many days chasing what doesn't matter. We waste too many mornings waiting for the right mood, the perfect moment, the someday. But the Stoic knows there is no someday. There is only now. Every second you live in anger, you're burning life you'll never get back. Every day you scroll mindlessly, argue pointlessly, compare endlessly, you trade your soul for dust. But when you remember death, you remember what matters. You return to the moment. You return to presence. You return to your mission. That's why Marcus wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This isn't darkness, this is clarity. Memento mori isn't about fear. It's about freedom. When you remember that your time is limited, you stop living small. You stop tolerating what dims you. You stop hiding from your calling. You start living like a flame in the wind. In that fire, that's your true self. Don't fear death. Fear the life you never really lived. Fear reaching your final day, with your greatness still inside you. Fear meeting your last breath, without ever knowing your own power. So live. Speak the truth. Do the work. Follow the purpose. Create what only you can create. Not later. Now. Because this moment, this breath, it's already a gift. Say it. I remember death, so I live with urgency. I remember the end, so I rise in every beginning. I will not waste my days, because every day I rise, I know what I carry. I carry purpose. I carry breath. I carry fire. I carry life, and I will not forget it. Life won't go as planned. People will disappoint you. Outcomes will slip through your hands. And control? Control is mostly an illusion. Marcus Aurelius knew this deeply. That's why he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You're not here to control the world. You're here to control yourself, your thoughts, your choices, your attitude, your focus. Everything else, let it go. If you tie your peace to how people treat you, you'll break. If you tie your worth to whether they like you, you'll crumble. If you tie your joy to outcomes you can't command, you'll always be enslaved. But if you do what the Stoics did, you free yourself. You let go of what you can't control, and you double down on what you can. You can control your effort, your preparation, your response, your integrity, your mindset, your presence. That's your kingdom. That's your empire. And as Marcus said, don't waste what remains of your life in speculation about others. Instead, be concerned with how to make the most of the time you have been given. You don't need to fix everything. You don't need to predict every twist and turn. You need to master the only space that's ever been yours, your own soul. Let the rain fall. Let the world spin. Let the others rage. You stay centered. You stay disciplined. You stay aligned with your role, not theirs. Here's the secret Marcus knew. Life becomes clear. The moment you stop needing to control it, your energy returns. Your clarity sharpens. Your fear dissolves. Because you finally trust the process and stay devoted to your duty. Say it. I let go of what I can't control. I hold the line where I can stand. I no longer chase the wind, I master my response to it. I don't need guarantees. I need discipline, and I've got it. Let the world shift. I remain aligned. You were not made for comfort. You were not born to chase pleasure. You were not built for the shallow thrill of momentary escape. You were made to serve a purpose. And Marcus Aurelius reminded himself again and again. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? He didn't see life as a playground. He saw it as a post, a duty, a station. He was emperor, yes. But more than that, he was a servant of virtue. That's the Stoic way. You don't do what feels good. You do what's right. That means you don't scroll when there's work to do. You don't escape when there's responsibility to face. You don't numb out when the discomfort rises. You step up. You show up. You answer the call because you weren't born to avoid the fire. You were born to walk through it and become the fire. Duty is not a burden. It's an honor. It's the highest call of a disciplined mind. To serve what is greater than you, without needing applause, reward, or comfort. Marcus Aurelius did it in silence. You must too. He never wrote, "Do what makes you happy." He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. You want peace? Then fulfill your purpose. You want power? Then take up your post with consistency. You want meaning? Then serve what matters even when no one is watching. Because duty sharpens the soul. Desire dulls it. And those who chase only comfort, they die full of regret. So choose discipline. Choose integrity. Choose the role you've been given and play it to the edge. Every single day. Say it. I am not here to chase what's easy. I am here to do what is right. I don't need constant pleasure. I need constant purpose. I will serve my mission. I will rise to my duty. I will not complain about the weight because I was born to carry it. He ruled an empire. Legions followed his word. Senators bowed at his presence. A single order could alter history. And yet Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It is not how long, but how well you have lived that matters." He could have indulged. He could have commanded through fear. He could have let ego run wild. But instead, he led with virtue. He served with humility. He reminded himself daily, "You are a man, not a god. Your task is not to be praised. Your task is to live rightly. You don't need a throne to lead. You don't need status to serve. You just need character. You just need to ask yourself in every situation, what is the right thing to do? What is the honorable action here? What decision will let me sleep at night, even if no one sees it?" That's the Stoic compass. Not driven by power, driven by principle. The Stoic leader is not loud. They are anchored. They don't chase control. They embody calm. They don't seek to be worshipped. They seek to be worthy of respect even in silence, even in suffering, even in solitude. The ego wants attention. The soul wants alignment. And Marcus Aurelius understood, it is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live according to nature. To him, living according to nature meant doing your duty without arrogance, helping others without expecting applause, correcting yourself daily without shame, leading with wisdom instead of noise. That's leadership. That's stoicism. That's real power. The world doesn't need louder voices. It needs deeper character. And every time you choose humility over pride, discipline over indulgence, principle over popularity, you lead, whether you're followed or not, whether you're celebrated or not. Because the Stoic doesn't lead for recognition, they lead because it is right. Say it. I lead by example, not ego. I serve because it's my duty, not because I need praise. I do what is right whether or not anyone claps. I will live like Marcus Aurelius, disciplined, humble, present, and anchored in virtue. He lost children. He buried friends. He watched the empire strain under plague, war, and betrayal. And still, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This was not weakness. This was mastery. Because the Stoic doesn't run from pain, they stand inside it and learn from it. Pain will visit you. Loss will find you. Disappointment will try to hollow you out. But Marcus knew, you are not what happens to you. You are how you respond to it. Most people want peace without the process. They want wisdom without the wounds. They want strength without the struggle. But the Stoic understands, suffering is not the enemy. Resentment is. Bitterness is. Escape is. Because when you resist pain, it grows. But when you face it, you transform it. Every heartbreak can sharpen your empathy. Every failure can shape your focus. Every loss can deepen your gratitude. But only if you let it. Only if you say, this moment hurts, but this moment is here to teach me something. That's Stoicism. Not numbing the pain. Wrestling with it until it hands you the lesson. Marcus never denied grief. He carried it with discipline. He faced it with dignity. He wrote through it with truth. And so must you. So don't hide from the storm. Stand in it. Let it shape you. Let it show you where you are weak. Let it break what no longer serves you. And then walk forward, not untouched, but unchained. Say it. I will not resist the pain. I will rise through it. I will not be a victim of my suffering. I will become a student of it. I will not curse what life takes. I will bless what it builds. Like Marcus Aurelius, I will not fall apart. I will become whole through hardship. You've heard the words. You've walked through the principles. Now it's time to live them. Because Marcus Aurelius didn't write for applause, he wrote for himself. He wrote to remind his soul who he was. He wrote to remember his mission in the middle of war, grief, noise, power, and pressure. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That was his challenge. Now it's yours. Enough talking. Enough waiting. Enough reading without becoming. It's time to walk as a Stoic. It's time to master your mind. Discipline your desires. Serve without ego. Endure without complaint. Respond with reason, not reaction. Lead with virtue, even when no one is watching. This is the path. It's not for the weak. It's not for the comfortable. It's not for those who need external validation to do what's right. It's for the ones who look in the mirror and say, if no one claps, I'll still show up. If the plan fails, I'll still stay present. If they betray me, I'll still live by my code. If life breaks me down, I'll rise as something stronger. The Stoic doesn't need certainty, only clarity. The Stoic doesn't need a crowd, only character. The Stoic doesn't chase comfort, they earn peace through purpose. You don't wait for calm. You become the calm. You don't hope for strength. You build it, brick by disciplined brick. And no matter what the world throws at you, you walk through it like Marcus did. Quiet, grounded, focused, free. So say it. I am not ruled by my emotions. I master them. I am not defined by my suffering. I grow from it. I do not serve ego. I serve virtue. I will not waste my breath on what I cannot control. I will use every breath to do what must be done. You don't need to quote Marcus Aurelius. You need to become the kind of soul he would write about. One of courage. One of clarity. One of unbreakable self-command. Live the philosophy. Be the calm in the chaos. And when your time comes, may they say you walked like a Roman, stood like a mountain, and led like a Stoic.